Hey there, CJ Math Scholar. So today we're going to go ahead and check out Notes 1.3, and we're going to be talking about the economics of education. So let's fill out our first title here. The goal of our lives is to live with God forever. Remember, you're not just coming to school for yourself to better yourself. That's an awesome aspect of it, but you're also coming to school to not only learn the skills to help yourself, but go out and help the rest of the world. So, estimation is a key tool in math that helps us work with large numbers. Given an estimate is an answer for the following. So, you can basically just take these numbers and round them to their nearest hundredths or thousandths or hundred thousandths, and just instead of getting an exact number, we can get an estimate. So, for instance, 685, this 8 right here can round this up to 700. 489, this 8 right there can round that up to 500. So we have an estimate of about 1,200. Okay, I'll do this one. 46,000, this can be estimated up to about 50,000 if I wanted to. And this can be estimated down to about 34,000, or if I want to be more accurate, instead of going to the 10,000s place, I could just go to the thousands place. So let's do that. So this can be estimated up to 47,000, and this can be estimated up to about 35,000. And adding this stuff up, I get 12, carry my 1, I get 7, about 82,000. All right, so let's go down to this one. So probably makes sense to estimate to the nearest 10,000s here. So this 2 estimates down to 0, right? We round down, we stay the same, so this is just 900,000. This 5 we round up to 620,000. And let's subtract now. Let's make sure I'm realizing that the sign has changed on this one. Go back to this one. If you added, you were wrong. You'd subtract. All this bottom row is nothing but subtraction, so 0, 0, 0, 0. Can't do 0 minus 2, so I borrow. This becomes an 8. This becomes a 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 minus 2 is 8 minus 6 is 2. So 280,000. All right, remember to finish these. You're checking your notes at the end. So we can do inequalities as well, right? So we can estimate to find out whether this sum is less than, greater than, or equal to 800. So let's do that. Let's round to the nearest 100 on this one. So 29. 29, does the 2 tell us to round up or down and stay the same? So stay the same, right? 5 or higher, we would round up. 4 and lower, we would round down, stay the same. So the 9 on 495 tells us to round up, so 500. So we have 300 plus 500. This is going to be about equal to. Put a squiggly sign for about equal to. Now let's think about it. If we had just 300 here and 500 here, we have like only 5 more to get to 500 here. We have over 20 that we rounded down. Really, 329 plus 495 is probably going to be greater. So 329 plus 495, if you actually did the math, is going to be greater than 800, because this is about 500, this is over 300, 500 plus 300 and some change, it can be greater than 800. Let's go over this one right here. Let's round this time to the nearest 100,000, so this is going to be rounding down to 600,000, and this is going to be rounding up to 200,000. And again, we get about equal to 800,000, but now let's go ahead and think about it. So we have 600,000 some change that we rounded down to, and we're only about 8,000 away from rounding up to 200,000. So this 8,000, this 34,000, if you think about 34,000 minus 8,000, you got about 26,000 extra, right? So 600,000 plus about 200,000 plus 26,000 extra would be about 826,000. So 634,577 plus 192,556 turns out to be greater than 800,000. They're about equal when you round or estimate, and greater than when you're actually looking for exacts. So let's subtract here. Let's keep it as rounding to the nearest hundreds this time. If we round to the nearest, the smaller we round to, the more accurate our estimate is. So here we'd have 11,600, right? The 6 rounds up there. And here we would have 6,100. So if I do that, I get 11,000 minus 11,600 minus 6,100. I get 5,500 about, right? So 5,500 is going to be less than 6,000. All right. I'm going to help you out with this one as well. Let's round to the nearest hundreds this time. All right. So this 2, I got 41,900, right? Because we round down. And here, 12,400, right? So without getting an exact answer, I could write this vertically, I could subtract, and I could see, all right, is it going to be greater than or less than or equal to this? So 3, carry that, that's 11 minus 2 is 9. 29,500 is definitely going to be a lot less than 50,000. Let's go to the nearest thousands on this one, or 10,000s, how about? All right, so there's the thousands place, so the 10,000s we round down, stay the same. And here we have rounding down, stay the same. So 710,000 minus 320,000. Is it going to be greater than, less than, equal to? 0, 0, 0, 0. Borrow. 11 minus 2 is 9. 6 minus 3, 390,000 is going to be less than 400,000. All right, so let's take a look at this diagram. It says education pays. What does a college degree get you? So here's the unemployment rate for people with doctoral degrees, professional degrees, all the way down to less than a high school diploma. Notice there are a lot more people unemployed that do not have a high school diploma, but as you get more and more education, the unemployment rate, or the people that don't have jobs, gets smaller and smaller. Here's the median weekly earnings. So the amount of money you make is about $451 if you don't get a high school diploma per week, versus if you get all this education, like your doctoral degree or a professional degree or a master's degree, you're making over $1,000, sometimes close to $2,000 per week. All right, so estimate the difference for the following: a doctoral earning and a high school diploma earning. So we want the earnings, so we're looking at this one right here because the keyword earning told us to look at that one. So we want the doctoral, which is about 1,551, minus the high school diploma earning. So high school diploma, which is 638. So now I want to estimate, so let's round this to the nearest hundredth. So here it's going to be about, here's the 100 spot, so I'll look at the 10 spot, tells me to round up. So 1,600 minus, here's the 100 spot, so I look at the 10 spot, tells me to round down, so stay the same, 600. So it's about, in fact I put an equal sign. The squiggly equal sign means about. So it's about $1,000 difference between somebody who went to school to get their doctorate degree and somebody who just went to get a high school diploma degree. Let's find the difference between a bachelor's degree and a high school diploma, and I forgot to put this down, so let's go ahead and do it with earnings. So somebody who went to college versus somebody that just got a high school diploma. So let's see how much that difference is. So high school diploma and college. So here's college bachelor degrees, 1,053, and the difference between that and 638. So again, let's round to the nearest hundredths. So here's the 10 spot, tells me to round up. So it'll be 1,100. And here's the 10 spot, tells me to stay the same, so minus 600. So 1,100 minus 600, write it vertically if you need to. 0, 0, borrow, 11 minus 6 is 5. You're going to earn $500 more, but think about that, that's per week, right? $500 more per week. If there are 52 weeks in a year, you could figure out how much more they earn per year, and let's do that. 0, 0, 10, lay your egg, 0, 0, 25, add it up, 0, 0, 0, 6, 2, 26,000 per year, about, because it was all an estimate. Make sure you do this one. I did something a little bit different today, and that's I wrote down the times on my back paper. You can pause the video right now, write these times on your back paper, because when you go to your crash course video that's in your email, you're going to want to zoom ahead to these times to get the answers for this. So for instance, if I want to get the answer to number 1, how much money will the government spend on primary and secondary education per year, I go to 1 minute and 45 seconds. I watch through 1 minute and 57 seconds. And if I want to get the answer to number 2, I zoom ahead to this time slot. So I've done it for every question basically. There is no right answer for number 4. I want you to watch this, and then I want you to tell me 1, 2, or 3, and just give me a reason why. Here are the time slots for the questions at the bottom. So question 5 right there, 3:30 to 3:40. Question 6, 4:39 to 5:09. Question 7, 6:08 to 6:16. Question 8, got 3 blanks to fill in there, 6:20 to 6:51. Circle 1, and more expensive, less expensive, 7 minutes to 7:10. And then questions 9 and 10, 8:55, 9:15, and 9:38, 9:51. Please show me this when you're done, and then you can go on to your math homework.